Good evening, Doc here for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA trade of the day for Monday, the 25th of January. Starting out with BTC versus the US dollar, we have what amounts to a very choppy, slow downtrend. We can see if we go down to the 5-hour chart, we're going to see a little bit more detail on this downtrend. So what you might expect is that for us to see a reversal on this chart back up to the upside, we're going to have this 5-hour chart reverse this downtrend first. And this could be in the process of happening. This is potentially a higher low, higher high combination here. But we're also going to see this trend line broken to the upside as well too. So this is all very good, actually. This is all exactly what this chart needs as we go out to not only the daily chart. We can see that this is full of energy now and is actually starting to bleed a little bit to the downside. But the real issue here is the larger time frames where we've just too much too soon, and it's going to take a couple of weeks, at least, maybe more than that, for this chart to recharge to the point where it could potentially trend again and maybe even go into sort of an upside grind. So I know a lot of people are spilling ink about, oh, this is it for Bitcoin, 40,000, that was it for this time. And now we have another 3 years of, this is just ridiculous. Because again, if you look at the North Star for this chart, if you look at the major, going to the log chart and going out to a monthly chart, we can see that we have just now escaped this prison, this 3-year consolidation pattern on the monthly log chart. And this thing is just getting going at this point. But as we all know, markets are not going to go just forever in one direction. And you don't want them to do that. Typically what they will do is that as the majority of retail traders finally discover something, this is typically where we run into, issues like this, when everybody all of a sudden noticed what was happening in Bitcoin and we had everybody just aping into it. This is where we've run into some problems. And this is typically what will happen. This is the market. This is the mark of a very healthy chart. Now, if you compare this versus what we went through, and I'm going to have to drag this back over 3 years of price action. We're almost there. There we go. Once you compare this to what we went through back at the end of 2017, early 2018, this is very, very different. Where we moved from just massive upside action to almost a reflection of that to the opposite side. Very, very heavy volatility. This is the transition to sideways and volatile. And then before long, we had a transition around the middle of January here, transition into trending and volatile, which is code word for bear market. So back to today, I think you can see the difference. If you study them long enough, you can see the character here is just very gentle consolidation. And this is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, Ethereum is doing, as of yesterday's newsletter, what I talked about was the fact that we're in this big cup pattern, great big cup pattern. Man, the right side of this cup just screamed higher from 400 to 1400 in no time at all. That was massive. But right now, like anything else, this has got a price to pay for it, and we might start to see this move into the handle, more of the handle. So I would assume that this is going to be doing some shake and bake here in this area for quite some time, maybe a few weeks. And we'll see whether or not it's going to follow Bitcoin. It actually did follow Bitcoin. It was quite a bit delayed from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was screaming higher and Ethereum was just kind of like, really? Am I allowed to go? Am I allowed to go? And then wait for me. Is it shot right up to 1400? So we might see a delayed response again, but these by far are the two strongest coins in the market. We have some other ones that are doing okay. You can see like Bitcoin Cash has still got a long way to go before it's going to, start acting like the big brother. Some of these are, just chopping around these days. Some of the ones worth looking at, like Theta, has been really good. This is a really nice pattern, and this looks really strong. Looking at the weekly chart shows that this one's been an exhaustion, but it's climbing its way out of there. So we'll watch this one carefully to see if Theta has got anything worth breaking out. Now, Decred, which is a favorite of this community, has been going almost in lockstep with Bitcoin. This is a really nice pattern that I'm seeing here. And again, the same thing with weekly chart into exhaustion, but a little bit ahead of Bitcoin. So let's watch this over the next couple of weeks to see if it's able to restore itself and get back to this. But that is a really nice looking chart. We have also been watching, let's see, MakerDAO has been on a tear, but is paying for that. And so we'll have to watch for this one to start to regain some type of, this has gotten very nasty and noisy lately. So we'll watch out for this one, but it's one of the ones that has done very, very well lately. Got a request to talk about FTM today. So FTM, this is Phantom, and this one is also building a big cup pattern coming back up to the neckline here at about 5.5 cents versus Tether US. If we look at this one versus Bitcoin, so let's look at this one versus Bitcoin and see how this one fares. And it's just, obviously Bitcoin's been super strong lately for a while, but watch this one to see if it's got any strength above and beyond Bitcoin, obviously in super exhaustion right now on the daily chart. So unlikely to keep on going at this level, and it's doing what it should be doing. All right, folks, that is it for today's report. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.